Hello and welcome back. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some of our campaign in EU4, Schizophrenic Sovereignty. We're still Russia. I had a chance to take a break between the last couple episodes. I find playing these big countries and like preparing for them mentally can take a lot of energy out of me. So I took a break, came back, and I'm reassessing this colony next to Ming. Right now, Ming is domineering toward us. They would ally us if they weren't domineering, and I believe the only reason they're domineering is because they've got this forced tributary state CB against us. So even though we pay Diplo points for this colony, I'm just going to abandon this one. I don't want to border with Ming, so goodbye. Sorry, you're going to lose your CB because we don't border you anymore. Unless that's not the only province that we have that borders you, but I'm pretty sure it is. And we'll just have to give that up. I also noticed that we did find gold in them hills. Found gold in the province of Cyan. So that's kind of cool. It's actually providing us with a fairly decent little chunk of change so far. 0.64 ducats a month from this one base production gold mine. Not too shabby. So, a couple other things that I noticed is that we do have a direct route to Polish capital right now. If we go through this corridor here, we can actually march straight to the Polish capital. But I still think it's probably better to go for the high development provinces here. It is another woods that we would have to take down, another defensive fort. But if we take it, then we can scorch it, and then we've got this pretty good defensive area that we can work in and just keep on doubling back. Also, how often have you actually had to check the winters map mode for your planning and all that? But it's still relatively the same winter as what we've been working with. This is where the severe winter is, which is even better. I believe Smolensk is actually severe. Yes, so Smolensk is a great province. Unfortunately, because it's their province, not mine, they don't suffer defensive attrition while trying to take it back. So we do need to get back over here and attack this Ottoman army, especially while it has no leader. We have enough military points to take the next level of tech with the penalty. We're not doing a military idea group or anything, and if we take this tech, we're ahead of time for 10 years. So we're doing pretty well on military point generation. So a couple things I'm going to do. Number one, we're going to turn on a military policy. Force artillery. Plus 10% artillery combat ability, taking us to plus 20%. Hopefully we can knock down this fort pretty quickly and then swing east again to protect this area. There's a 3-4 leader there, but I'd rather not have to march into that fort after he takes it back, since I did scorch the province. So, we're doing some retreating. I have this army heading over there to assist the one that had to shatter to Moskva. So he'll hopefully be right next door in case he needs help. Beyond that, we've got the other armies. One's shattering up to Ingermanland, and the 6 stack, I guess we'll just have reinforce it. So, that all being said, I guess we're gonna take a moment and see what happens. Colonial range doesn't affect us since we don't have any colonial ideas. Getting access to the trade depot would be nice, and actually trade efficiency would be nice. So I think maybe instead of doing any more trade ideas, I'm going to just get the next trade tech first, after we can embrace the institution, hopefully. Although the institution is, 2,500 ducats. That's a thing. Also, we do get a merchant from it, so that'll be convenient. So yeah, we're going to keep on improving with Ming. Probably going to back off on Bahmanis. I stopped improving with Timurids as well. And without that all being said, let's go ahead and actually wage a war. So, we're in August. We have won the Siege of Revolt. Perfect. Good. So we can get these other 10 cannons to come with the 10 cannons that are shattering to there. So we want everyone to head over to Moskva now, including you. Alright, so they have a negative 14% chance. They have 29-day siege ticks. We should be okay. Let's have you go to Reval. You guys can actually all go to here. That Polish army appears to be chasing us. They got that 3-5 leader. Too many cannons by one. That's a cannon in the front row. 6 plus 5 is 11 with 12 cannons. So they got a cannon that would deploy in the front. Plus they appear to be suffering either a lot of attrition or they are suffering from not having any manpower at all. There's a lot of people who are pretty low on manpower. Like, say, us, by the way. So, Commonwealth has 5,000. I did some math on it. The Ottomans can actually support these 90 mercs. That's what's terrifying, is that they can keep them going. They The Ottomans have 3 loans, so they are taking loans a little bit, maybe when they hired them. But if you look at their actual income, these guys can support, well, let's just check. I mean, I'll just show you the math. 1 merc is 0.66 ducats a month. 0.66 times 90 merc infantry is 59.4 ducats a month. The Ottomans make 164. So even with 60 ducats a month in mercenaries, they can still easily afford to just keep that going basically forever. So this war is really kind of dangerous. Anyway, I think we're going to go ahead and slacken recruiting standards. I think that, if I'm not mistaken, slacken recruiting standards is like, it's a percentage. I think it's 20% of this. 90 times 0.2, about 18k. That sounds about right. So we might want to wait till the nobles are... No, that's not it. We had more max manpower earlier. It was closer to like a 20k click. But whatever, it is what it is. We need some mercs or some infantry. Need to reinforce. More Streltsy. And they've decided to abandon the siege because they see my army swinging east, which is why we did it. Next then, since we got our Reval province back, let's go ahead and... let's have you head to Inflanty then instead? I don't like this 6 stack. It's like excess infantry that just doesn't do anything. Okay, they should be safe to come back this way. If we can get onto the Commonwealth capital and take that Commonwealth holds Warsaw +5, then Commonwealth might bow out pretty quick. There's also the armies to the north we got to deal with. White Karelia, they're heading apparently away. They're all deciding to leave again. Ottomans are heading to regular Karelia on the 14th with a 344 leader. And we've got 2 little tiny stacks that are moving around as well. A Swedish 1 stack, probably a merc, could be. Usually when it's just a single infantry, it's a merc. Still bothers me that we don't have that defensive fort in the north. Don't like this attrition either. Why is the supply so small in Culm? That can't be right. Unit weight is 18, supply limit is... So, how exactly are we suffering all this attrition? Thank you. Okay, sorry for the delay in actually playing the game. It's just, you know, we're playing as Russia. And it's a thing. We do have actual unrest in a province. Boris, probably one of the ones we're converting. How close is the danger? Pretty far away. Countries would accept an alliance. We've got Hungary. I've played another campaign off camera here a little bit for fun and relaxation, so I gotta reassess my my rivals real quick. Denmark, Commonwealth, Ottomans. Hungary hates the Commonwealth. Hungary is also, I'm assuming, allied to us in this war. And we are looking to probably be allied with Austria, who also hates the Commonwealth. So, why don't we just go ahead and accept an alliance with these two, Hungary and Austria. That puts us over the relationship limit, apparently. Oh, we didn't actually have a proper relationship with Austria. I thought we already did. We do not have diplomatic ideas, and we can't break relationships freely. Perhaps I was a bit too early on that. I might have to break this relationship with Hungary, but we can't do it now because we're allies in the war. Where are you headed? Back to Wilno? Good. Alright. Come on, game. No chunky running. We're gonna run well. No and no. These are the type of stacks that I want to see. Those we can kill easily, and the rest of the army is marching away. So let's head back over to here. Have you head this way. 27 infantry. 30 stack there. Supply weight right now is 24. Let's grab 6 of these guys. I don't care if we're over the supply limit. I don't care if we're suffering attrition. We have to make sure that we've got basically the maximum size army we can have there. Although, it is worth mentioning that supply might go down when winter hits. There's currently no winter effect, and winter lowers supply. So I guess maybe we do have to keep a couple more back. We have just insanely quick siege ticks. 16 days, just, it blows my mind. We should spy on Commonwealth a little bit more. Even more siege speed. And also, we should probably start spying on the Ottomans so we can have good siege speed against him as well. The siege speed bonus that you normally have from the spy network bonus is just usually so insignificant, but when you stack it with professionalism and full offensive and all the other things, suddenly it gets really pretty damn impressive. Nice wall breach. We've got our fearless leader, the 2-6, who's going to go hopefully stack wipe that Commonwealth army. Should give us 3 war score because it is the correct CB for that. These guys are heading to Osterbotten. They're going west again, suffering the winter attrition, 4.5%. Getting a little bit of occupation up north, nothing too major. Try to get a couple more occupations in, but I think we're better off just being defensive. Keeping most of our army on our own controlled territory so we don't suffer the attrition. That is just stupid attrition in my own land. Please, Paradox, area-based supply. Say it with me now. Area-based supply in your own territory. It just makes sense. Come on, cannons. Come on, cannons. You got 20% combat ability. Blast that guy. Blast him to hell. Maybe we should use a guy with better fire value. If we're going to be using cannons. Only 0.2 war score, huh? That's kind of weak. Hey, look, more cannons. Okay, we're making decent income. You notice I'm constantly, like, shift consolidating rather than full consolidating. Nice. Army tradition. Sweet. Professionalism would be nice, but even more army tradition is just super great. Losing loyalty with the burghers is unfortunate. But yeah, 15 more army tradition is amazing. We can't give the burghers any more lands, really. Make them loyal again, although trade income is kind of nice. Then again, I think I will, because granting them provinces is going to reduce the cost of buying the next institution. So, whatever. Now they're only going to be disloyal for 2 months. 81-day siege of that province. Alright, now we will start to move forward and start marching on to those beautiful high development provinces there. We'll go here, here, and here. These guys can head to here. So that gets us those 3. This army can head over to here. I'm in through Smolensk, though. And these guys are all going to head over to this side. Preferably marching through our own land if they don't, if they don't mind. So they could reinforce at full speed without a leader. Okay. This is going to be, oh no, not increased offensive. That was our siege speed, one of our siege speed bonuses. Damn. Damn, we're down to 19-day siege ticks. Boo. And I did just suffer 3% on all of these armies because I didn't realize the month. Gotta pay attention to the month. Gotta be smarter than that. Come on, man. They are totally in full retreat up north. I'm not sure why. I don't know what's going on in this area. Relative strength of the alliance is still in a dead heat. The total casualties are still 50k in favor of our side, like they're losing more. But I don't know what's initiated the pullback, but they are definitely all in full retreat. Let's screw the loot and intentionally try to arrive after the next monthly tick on the 2nd, so that we avoid attrition. Are we suffering attrition? The 3 siege pip guy there, or the 3 maneuver pip guy there instead. So we'll miss out on some of the potential loot that we could have, but we're also going to avoid attrition. Man, you know what that reminds me of is on arrival attrition. Do you guys remember that? That sucked. Man, did that suck. Suffering attrition whenever you would arrive at a location and you had to like click past the location you wanted to actually end up in order to try to negate attrition if you were, obsessive. Russia gets enserfed peasants. National unrest -1, bonus manpower, reduced institution spread. Alright. Sounds good. We like that manpower. 9 693 per month. It's pretty good. Did our button get better? Oh, it's way better. We could have had an extra 5,000. So apparently it's not just tied to your max manpower. It must be also a factor, or maybe a multiplier of your monthly recovery rate. Let's see, 993. 24058 divided by 993 is 24.2. Maybe it's related to that. I'm not sure. These provinces are pretty insignificant. They probably don't really harm us. We're still losing that, although it is rounding in a weird way. I suppose we could deploy a couple troops. They'd probably be safe to do it. But if there's that Ottoman 30 stack up there, I don't want to mess with that. Nice wall breach on the first tick. This army only has 10 infantry. Let's pull at least 5 of these infantry off and move these guys all forward. The nice thing is that as we continue to move south, our supply concerns are going to start to go away. We are getting out of this 20s and 30s area down into nice 30s and 40s area, and that's without even having taken the tech yet. So we're almost through having to deal with these relatively dangerous fights. Once Vilno falls, we take Grodno, and we already got that high development province here. Just go for these ones here and just march directly on Lublin and Warsaw. Warsaw's going to fall in just mere days. 3C3 maneuver guy there now, since that's the one with more troops. Avoid the attrition. I think we can get by without doing that this time. Come on now, let me select the army. Thank you. I'm going to tentatively advance forward. April 10th, and we're getting how many siege siege ticks? 18-day siege ticks. Should be able to finish that siege before we arrive. Maybe just wait one more month. I want to, you know, after this war is over, I still have concerns about what we're going to do. And, yeah, it looks like we could totally, maybe, kind of, possibly work towards becoming friends. We do have distance between borders, -4, but Ming might become our ally. We might become friends to counteract the Ottomans. Of course, this excessive relationship count is kind of frustrating in that way. Ottomans have a bunch of particularists. I wonder if maybe that's why they have decided to pull back. I mean, there's been a mass retreat. Ottomans still field 167,000 active troops. They have a 200-some supply, or 200 force limit. We need more force limit. Nice siege. Beautiful. Let's advance a province. The inexorable advance of the properly established Russian front line. I mean, come on. Talk about the crazy crap the AI was doing. At least we have... We don't have much, right? We only have 100,000 compared to the Ottomans' 160, but at least they're all within a province or two of each other. We can actually reinforce each other. And I'm going to move as west as I can. That one, there's no point in sieging. The forts will just take it back right away, and I'm not going to commit to those sieges. So we'll just have you head this way. And you're just going to go straight to the Warsaw capital, because while Bohemia is a nice fella, he doesn't have enough cannons, and he only has 1 liter siege pip, which is all that I have, but still. So armed Cossacks just expired. What was that one? Supply arms, lose military power to gain land force limit. They gain influence and loyalty. For 15 military power, we gain loyalty with someone who hates us? That sounds great. I don't care if they gain a little bit of influence. That's fine. We've got permitted self-governance expiring in 14. And force limit multiplier seems reasonable. Sure. Like we're gonna have a battle here with Mr. Poland Man with his 3.5 liter flat terrain. We got our 25 stack arriving on the 22nd, so we're gonna actually be there first. And we got another 27 stack nearby to help out. We want to spend a ton of money for 50 admin when we're super far ahead of time on admin tech. I'm gonna say, unfortunately, no. We need that money. This is another thing that I noticed about Russia in the way that this AI has been playing this country. If you look at buildings, look at the buildings. These are our churches. We have like 5. Look at the workshops. We have 3. And I think we conquered them. I'm pretty sure we didn't build them. Look at the freaking marketplaces. We don't have a marketplace in Moscow, Novgorod, Nizhny Novgorod. Like every single place that has an estuary, not a single building. It's crazy. So, beautiful, beautiful. I didn't even get a chance to see the roll, but I saw the damage we were doing. More than 1,000 Polish dead a day. There it is. Yeah, get them. Get them. Get some. Stack wide. 28% chance that the capital falls. Swing west. Reinforcement's going to be rather costly, but... Okay, the Commonwealth is down to 17 enthusiasm. The Austrian war score against Commonwealth is what? Well, he doesn't have individual war score, but that's because we're not transferring land to him. We don't really need individual war score. Actually, I could probably just take a look at what my individual war score is, because that's the war score that, Well, I suppose if I don't want to take the lands, I did indicate which ones I want, just in case, because those are actually part of one of the missions that we have. Let's go ahead and, especially if it's in a node I don't care about, let's transfer provinces to Austria. I mean, I would like to keep control of as many of these as possible, but... How many of the forts did we actually take? We took this one. Here, that's all you, buddy. You pay for that. Does that actually help you at all? Does that give you individual war score against them? It shouldn't really matter. That does put him at 15. I don't know, I just want him to piece this guy out as soon as possible. I don't really care if we take any land or not. Clergy estate. Syncretism has expired. Their influence is now 52. Okay. We want them to actually be at 60 for the extra national tax modifier. Do we have anything else? Decline of the clergy expires in 23, 10 years. I guess we will hire this minister. And then I'm going to revoke a province or two from him because, although I do want to buy the next institution, I don't want them to be too high. How many provinces? There was one province. We have one province that has... yeah, there it is. Moscow has 15 manpower. Unfortunately, with the estuary, I still think it's better to have the burghers control it, but... So right now, the clergy have a lot of provinces that have grain, which... It's a horrible trade good, but we can also get force limit out of it, which is nice. I guess that's okay for now. Just want their influence to be down and, you know, working its way in the right direction. Alright, I gotta take a break here. I'll be back in the next episode, though. As always, thank you guys for watching. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. See you soon.